Tri-State's Veteran Support held the 4th annual Veterans Resource Fair at the Quincy Kroc Center this afternoon. A speech, prayer, and national anthem in the chapel opened the resource fair, which started at 1 p.m. Dozens of vendors were on site to give Tri-State residents some helpful information. And some may have a hard time, though, accepting an overall peace of mind to help steer them away from considering suicide.
For me, one is too many. These people have sacrificed quite a bit in their life for our country and in service for us. And so anything that we can do in service of them.
The Tri-State Veteran Support Mission is driven to provide services, resources, community, and information to veterans to reduce veteran suicide.